Hey folks, before I give a quick preview of the message for Sunday morning, I just wanted to give you a little update on something that's going to be changing for Sunday mornings with our church. We will no longer be live streaming our Sunday morning services, and instead we'll record them in video and post them online later. But there are a couple primary reasons we're making this change. One is safety for our church members, and two is for an emphasis on the gathering of believers in the body of Christ. So the safety issue, the reason is, and this is the primary reason that made us start thinking about this, even though we had been thinking about it for a while because of reason number two. But with the safety issue, studies have shown recently that churches that live stream are a much greater target and a greater desire for people that might try to do something malicious against churches, against believers, if it's live streamed, because then of course it's on the internet and you can't take that back. Even if you delete it, somebody else could have downloaded it. And so for that reason, we're not going to live stream our services. But also, and we've always said this, that watching online is not a replacement for gathering with the body of Christ. While we want to make this available for outreach, we want to make it available for those who are sick, those who can't be here because of their health, or maybe those who are traveling, so they can still at least somewhat stay connected and know what's going on. But we don't really say things like you're joining us when you watch online, because really you're not joining us for worship. You're really just watching. And so we don't consider that a replacement. We don't consider that something that's a viable option for believers in the long term. Now again, there are certain situations where it allows for that and it's necessary, and so that's why we'll continue to make our services available. Typically, sometime Sunday afternoon, it'll be available online. And so we just want you to be aware of that. We hope this will allow those who are traveling and those who are physically unable to be in attendance to still keep up with what we're worshiping, as far as our songs and our gathering, and then of course what we're preaching and what the message is. So those will continue to be available at a later time. But on Sunday morning, we're going to continue through our series in 1 Corinthians and talking about problems and solutions in the church. And we're going to be looking at chapter 1, verses 18 to 25, talking about the importance, the necessity of the gospel message. And so I want to encourage you to continue to read 1 Corinthians 1 before we gather on Sunday morning and really think about, we've been talking about this call to unity that we have as a church. And then because of that call to unity, we desire to prevent division. And how do we prevent that division? Well, one of the things we've talked about on Sunday is prioritizing the gospel message. And so we're going to look at that. We're going to take a deeper dive into the gospel message on Sunday and talk about a few essential truths about what is the gospel and the essential truths about the gospel that are undeniable, that we must take a stand on. And I'm going to challenge you really, as you think about the gospel, to understand and embrace and live that gospel message, to live it out in your everyday life. But in order to do that, of course, you have to have knowledge of it, you have to understand it, and then you have to really embrace it, to receive it, to believe it. And so I'm going to encourage you on Sunday morning to think through that, and looking forward to that time of fellowship and worship with you. Don't forget, at 9 o'clock we have our prayer gathering. At 9:30 we have our family groups, and then at 10:40 we have that worship celebration. And then on Sunday, of course, at right after the worship gathering, we do have our members meeting. And then Sunday evening, as we've been having, we have our Trail Life troop meeting for those boys and dads who want to come to the Trail Life meeting on Sunday evening. So looking forward to that time of fellowship and worship with you. See you on Sunday.